Hey guys, now you can follow me on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/UltraMaximusReviews. Hey, Knight Rider, watch where you're driving, huh? Oh, and where'd you get that paint job? The Mystery Machine off Scooby-Doo or something? Why? Why would he have a gun that goddamn big? Cybertron Weekly is your central hub for everything Transformers.
Hello YouTube, Ultra Maximus back with another toy review, and today we're taking a look at a thrilling 30th anniversary figure, and it's Nightbeat. Yes, we're traveling back in time to the 30th anniversary, and that just doesn't sound right at all to say, but this is the Generations Nightbeat. I got this guy from Amazon probably, oh lord, well over a year ago. It's been sitting in a box. I'd forgotten about it actually, and I'd gotten the thing for like $3 on sale. It was like $3 and some change, and I was shopping for something else, and I came across this and was like, hey, why not? So I went ahead and picked him up. And I was going through some things the other day and found it and said, hey, let's review it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. And here we have Nightbeat in packaging, and I miss getting comic books with my Transformers. I love that. Don't you guys miss that? I mean, yes, it was a reprint comic, but it felt like I was getting more for my money. I don't know. I miss it. So he is obviously the IDW version of this guy, which is a repaint of the Bumblebee and the Goldfire version of him. And I do have Goldfire, but I've packed him up somewhere. I took that shelf down, and I like the blue. So I figured I'd go ahead and pick him up. He's definitely pretty cool. I don't have a Nightbeat, and yeah, why not? So very cool, definitely digging it. We get the comic book back here. It says Transformers Generations, comic book included. There he is. It says 30th anniversary. He's got his weapons. He's right there. It says he's an Autobot. It's got the Autobot logo over there. It says second series. He is figure number 20 out of the thrilling 30 line. Definitely pretty cool. Back of the package. So just kind of a close-up. There's the Transformers logo. It's a Nightbeat. Very cool, definitely digging that. There he is, the thrilling 30th anniversary. Oh, how old we are getting. Yeah, nothing really on that side, and then we get the Autobot logo. Series number 2, he is figure number 20. He is an Autobot, if you didn't know. Here is the back of the packaging. So yeah, the back of the box, robot mode, vehicle mode, we get a write-up on him, which is a lot bigger than what we get nowadays. There's his tech spec, which I really do like. I kind of liked how they did that during the 30th anniversary, so just kind of a close-up once again. Transformers, Generations, 30th anniversary! And if you want to pause and read his write-up, you are more than welcome to. So there he is. Yeah, there's his vehicle mode, and then there are his tech specs. If you want to pause and read that, you are welcome to. So that pretty much does it for the packaging. Let's go ahead and get Nightbeat out of box and see what we think. And here we have Nightbeat out of package, and I gotta say, I like this head sculpt with this body mold a lot better than the other two. For some reason, this just fits it better, I think. The Goldfire head sculpt wasn't quite gold bug looking enough to me, and it was just a little off, and I just never really cared that much for the Bumblebee version of this, which, it is what it is, I guess, but for some reason, the blue and the yellow looks really good on this body mold, although I wish the yellow was a little bit more yellow on the stripes. I'll talk about that more when I get into looking at the figure a little closer. Here's the comic book, and the goofy thing is the Nightbeat that's the Jazz and the Wheelie body mold, not this mold here, which is very, very strange. Like here's the Wheelie mold of this guy, and as you can see, I mean that's what that is. that's not this Generations Nightbeat. It's the Jazz and Wheelie mold, which I guess they decided to change in mid-deco before the comic came out. I don't know. To be honest, I'd probably like that deco a little bit more on that mold than the one that we got. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if we actually get this version at some point in the future. It'd be kind of a nice exclusive, BotCon exclusive or something. The artwork inside, pretty decent. Now, the funny thing is, I don't think Nightbeat appears at all in this comic book. I flipped through it a couple times, but Goldfire does. I mean, he shows up a few times in a few panels, but Nightbeat himself, I don't think shows up, which is very weird. And as I say, that's not really that unusual, because we had a few of those characters in the Generation line where they had a picture of them on the cover, but they never actually appeared, and yeah, it was just a comic book that came with the toy. But yeah, overall, I am definitely liking this look. Now, this particular one has kind of a weak little ankle there. It doesn't hamper it too terribly bad, but if you get it in the right pose, it will want to fall over like that, so you got to kind of stand him just right. And it's funny, because looking at this figure and transforming it, how different they are today from just a few years back. And to be honest, I think I like the deco on these older ones a little bit better. However, I think the engineering is slightly better in the newer ones than they were from this generation. Now, the one thing I do like about this figure's weapon, and this was the same with Goldfire, they can merge to make a bigger weapon. And the thing that's kind of disappointing with this guy, he was a headmaster in G1. He's obviously not here. We did get a Voyager class Brainstorm headmaster, which was kind of cool. But what you can do with these weapons, you can fold the little pieces up right here, and then they can combine. And I actually think it looks better combined than it does separate. It just looks like, I don't know, that just looks like something that would be in the cartoon, like some kind of artifact that they would need to get. And I really do like the detail on the clear plastic. I think that looks cool. Overall, that is a neat looking little weapon, and that's the way I like to display it with Goldfire, and then of course with Nightbeat, he'll have the weapon like that as well. So taking a closer look at the figure itself, again, I like the deco on this design. I think it works well. The head sculpt really reminds me of the character, kind of a nice modern version of the character. I like the big shoulder pads. I wish the yellow was a little darker. It almost has a green tone because it's yellow painted over blue. Love the flames on the door. Now, the weird thing is, it looks like he was supposed to have light piping, but if you look, they just painted the back of the head red, and he's got the big red eyes that are painted on the front, which, that works. I think it looks good, but they might as well just painted the back of the head blue like the rest of it. I don't know what they were thinking there. But again, I wish the yellow was a little bit richer instead of having that kind of greenish yellow look all about it. Taking a look at the midsection of the figure, again, I love the weapon. I like how it combines. I think that's really fun. The legs, you know, they're just black little legs there. I like the detail on his waist. I like how there's some sculpted in kind of headlights from the robot mode there. That looks good. The rest of the figure is just kind of a folded up backpack. I wish that one centerpiece that's kind of hanging there flipped back upward so it didn't look like some kind of weird robot dong hanging between his legs. But other than that, I think they did a pretty decent job. Getting the hood of the car to fold up on the back of the robot is just, yeah, robo-dong. So taking a look at the legs of the figure, again, we got the yellow paint apps, but they're not dark enough, and it kind of gives that greenish tint, which is funky. I like how the back of the car are his knees. That looks really nice, and I think one of the coolest things, if you look at the toes, they have the taillights in there, and then on the inside of the feet, and it's probably kind of hard to see here, but what I really like about this mold, if I can get it to focus, is that he's got the tires molded into the sides of the feet, and then there are the taillights there. I think that was a really cool addition to the molding, and I wish they would have put some more paint apps to actually show that off a little bit better, much like the hips of the figure that have the headlights molded in. That would have been nice to showcase a little more. For comparison, Here we have the Generations Nightbeat with a Transformers Robots in Disguise Bisque warrior class, and he's about the same as far as plastic goes all around. Bisque is a little bit shorter than Nightbeat, but I would say the volume of the toy is the same. It's just reorganized at different places. And here we have the Generations Nightbeat with the Titans Return Blur, kind of the new deluxe style. And here we have Generations Nightbeat with the Titans Return Blur, which is, I guess, the 2017 deluxe figure. And yeah, I mean, pretty decent. It's not bad. It's still a good figure, I think. I really do like the decos on these new Titans Return figures. I think they've gone just out of the ballpark with the designs, and there's definitely an improvement notice from just a few years in these robots. Now, articulation on this figure is pretty decent. He's got a pretty decent range of motion. Can I say decent one more time? Take a look here real quick. So his head is on a swivel. It can go back and forth. It is a little stiff. He does have twist at the waist, but it's really, really tight. There's a mushroom peg where he can twist around, which is nice. His arm goes up that far, but that's mainly for transformation. It does spin all the way around. He does have an elbow joint. He can twist at the elbow. There is no twist at the wrist. He can kick that far forward. He kicks not too terribly far back because of his backpack, but it can go a little further back if you push the backpack back. And then his legs kick out really super far. He's got a twist at the top of the leg. There is a really big knee, but again, mainly for transformation. And then he's got some hinge joints at the ankle, and there is no ankle pivot. So yeah, that's pretty much it for his articulation. But again, it works pretty well for the design, and yeah, I like it. As far as the transformation goes, it's not too terribly complex, but I don't know if it's the fact that this has been this mold's been used 3 times. It can get a little tricky when you get it down into the car mode, or it's just the design of it. I just can't really tell, but it's not too bad, but it's not too great either. So let's go ahead and get Nightbeat into his sports car mode and see what we think. So here we have him in his sports car mode, and I mean, it looks pretty good. I definitely like it. The design is nice, and I like the flames, very G1-esque. I wish it had an Autobot logo on it, though. So no Autobot logo. I guess you could put a sticker there if you want from like TF Kingdom or something. But yeah, I mean, overall, pretty decent. I like the front of it. I like the silver paint. I wish we had some more paint apps on the fog lamps. I think that would have looked cool. Get the nice black grille. He's got the translucent blue windows. The blue on the hood, very pretty. Love how we've got the painted wheels, which we don't get anymore, hardly. The flames look good. That yellow needs to be darker. It really, really does. What I love, it's got the taillights. Oh, I love when they put taillights on Transformers. We don't get that much at all in the Hasbro verse. Again, the yellow needs to be darker. Other than that, I mean, not too terribly bad. Now, you can take the weapon and put it into these ports. You can put the one giant weapon, which I think is how they display that on the back of the box, or what I think looks a little bit cooler, you can take the weapon, break it apart, and then there are 2 ports on here that you can attach so that he has them on the sides like thus. I think that looks pretty cool, pretty neat. And then, of course, if you want to, I mean, you could spin them backwards, and they turn into rocket boosters. So yeah, that's pretty much it on the vehicle. I think it's pretty decent. It looks better, I think, again, than the Goldfire and Bumblebee because we've got more deco to it. There's something more to look at in this mode. For comparison, here we have the Generations Nightbeat next to the Transformers Robots in Disguise Windblade. Now, granted, she is a jet and he is a car, but again, the plastic-wise, about the same as far as width goes, like where her legs are at. But to be honest, I think he's probably got a little bit more volume than the jet here, which is not too surprising. I mean, it's a fembot versus a regular bot, and a jet versus a car. So is the 30th anniversary Generations Nightbeat a figure that you want in your Transformers collection? To be honest, this is a pretty easy pass. Unless you love Nightbeat, and you collect all the Generations figures, if you're looking to complete all 30 of the 30th anniversary figures, this would be something to pick up. Personally, I think this deco works better on this mold than it did for Goldfire and Bumblebee. I do like Goldfire in the fact that I like Goldbug. I've always liked that character over Bumblebee, but I definitely like the powder blue on this. I just wish the yellow paint apps were a little stronger on it. That's probably my biggest gripe about the figure, to be honest. But other than that, it's not a bad figure. If you can pick it up for cheap like I did, sure, why not? So there he is, Nightbeat, from Transformers Generations Thrilling 30th Anniversary.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you hate this video, thumbs it down. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Don't forget to subscribe and share, like us on Facebook, and look for more videos in the future.